Okay, Michael. Right. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
Slightly louder would be nice if you can adjust something.
I don't know how I'm feeling per se.
Is it very negative?
Uh, no,
Is it very positive?
no.
Good. I don't like extremes. Not helpful lah, for difficult exams like tomorrow. Right? Tomorrow is the most challenging paper lah. Right? You have many more papers, but tomorrow is the most challenging one. Right? Um, I'll be at Regent Secondary School for your morale support from afar. Do you have any questions right now, Michael?
No.
Aryan is the same. Again, today we're just meeting for morale support, right? Do you feel like continuing to practice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So please do that, Aryan and Michael. It would be nice if you can have a video so that I can at least know what you're practicing for both of them.
Yeah.
So, Michael, have you prepared chemistry to your heart's content?
It was never to my heart's content.
Agree. Have you practiced chemistry kind of reasonably, I guess?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm asking not because you should be thinking about chemistry right now, but I mean, the next day is chemistry. If you have done your chemistry, subconsciously, you don't feel a lot of adrenaline rushing out of worry, of course, out of worry. Last time I met you, which is on Sunday, you also don't seem to be very worried with your AMAT. Okay? That was after your record breaking Friday, right? Right. I am also not sensing a lot of worry right now. Is that true?
Maybe.
If that is true, it seems to be like that, Michael. Because your training is also good. Remember that. There's a reason why you don't worry or why you worry, right? It is a good state of mind to enter tomorrow. It is a good state of mind. I'm glad that you're feeling that way. However, if you're worried or if you cannot sleep, I suppose you can WhatsApp me. That's one thing. But yeah, let's just make the best out of tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So video, please. Okay, Michael, I'm seeing that you're practicing the indice and exponents, right? Okay, those are the word problems now. Okay. Just to confirm, Michael, no questions so far?
No.
All right. Let me go to the breakout mode for a while. Yes, for a while. Aryan, are you okay?
Yeah,
All right. Any questions?
no.
Okay. Michael, are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
God.
Yes.
Question 3, part 1. Right.
Okay, 3 by 1. I'm reading everything. Okay, let me copy. All right. Putting it in your Jamboard, which is all right, page 19. Please tell me what your question is.
Is this a variant of compound interest?
All indices question looks similar to compound interest because compound interest is in this. There's a power, right?
Yeah, but then like specifically this.
Let me give you a few possible answers here. You
Okay.
don't have to think about compound interest here. That's one thing. You should think about normal index and reading the question. That's one way to do it.
No, I mean, no, but I use the compound interest formula, but then instead of 1 plus percentage over the thing, I use 1 minus percentage.
I mean, it's 0.79, I suppose, right? 0.79. Yeah. It's given though, so I'm not sure what you mean by using. It's already given.
Yeah.
Oh, explain why. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but again, if you quote compound interest, wouldn't it confuse you instead? Why don't you just explain why it is 1 minus 0.21? Right? I mean, it's difficult to fit in the word compound interest formula in our explanation also, right?
Okay.
However, 1 minus 21% seems very promising. So I guess that's the good thing. Okay. Still a good question, yeah? Noah, I can see you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. How are you feeling right now?
Okay.
Okay. Better than expected?
What do you mean?
How you feel right now, I suppose?
Maybe I'd say as expected.
How is it? You
Like
feel
slightly nervous, but not really.
That slight nervousness seems to be very good, right? I think it's the same as everybody else here. Any questions you want to ask so far?
Yeah, I have several.
Okay, so please on your video, let's answer them first.
Okay.
No, just checking you're turning on your video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Let me copy. Weird, yeah. It looks like an arc sector question, yeah, almost like an EMAT question, right? Okay, so I'm putting it in your Jamboard, page 17, I believe. Now, tell me, what is your question?
The next part.
The next part. So you have shown this, good. And the next part will be this. Okay, let me copy that. Okay, now what is your question here?
I can't differentiate. Yeah, I can, but after that equals 0, I don't know how to do.
Right, so let me see your working. Make it smaller a bit. Yeah, thank you. Okay, very nice. Do you say, wait a minute, what's going on here? Are you assuming that, oh goodness me, judging from your use of product rule, right? You are assuming that R is a variable. Okay.
Wait, how come?
Because that's how you treat it. You treat R that you differentiate half R squared. When you differentiate half R squared, it becomes R. You're treating R like an X law. That means is a variable one. If R is not a variable, it's a constant. If it's a constant, the differentiation of half R squared is not R, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Right. So you're treating R as a variable, like an X. You're also treating theta as an X, as a variable, so like an X. Now, this is problematic because you usually don't have two variables in an equation. If you have two variables, our problem is we don't know who to differentiate with. That means, are we supposed to differentiate with respect to R, or are we supposed to differentiate with respect to theta? It is a big problem. You cannot just continue like that. At this point, your differentiation is weird because you state that it is differentiation with respect to theta, which I think is definitely correct. But then you're also treating R as a variable. It's very problematic. Okay, clear, yeah?
Yeah.
So is it really a problem? Like the R is a variable. That seems to be the current problem right now. Instead of what you say, you don't know how to do afterwards. I think the problem is that. Is it really a problem?
Yeah, to me.
Sorry, Noah, sorry.
Yeah, to me.
No, did the question say that R is a variable?
No.
What does the question say about R?
Constant. And theta is a variable.
No, he doesn't say that R is a constant. He doesn't.
Oh.
But he never say that R can vary.
Okay.
So maybe it is better to assume. We are assuming here, fair, yeah? The question doesn't explicitly say R don't vary. R is constant, doesn't. So this is just a better assumption is R is constant but unknown. Obviously, it's unknown, obviously.
Okay.
But R doesn't seem to vary because the question needs to say that if it does vary. Now, going back to your differentiation, if that's the assumption we take, can you differentiate in a different way now?
Okay.
Okay, please give it a try. Don't scratch anything. No point.
We don't want anything.
I'm sorry, you're saying?
Don't want anything.
Don't scratch. Don't scratch anything. Just do somewhere maybe at the side lah. No need to scratch anything. Like in exam, you scratch things when you are very certain that it is wrong. Not when you are not certain. Currently, I wouldn't say that you're 100% certain yet, right? That your original working is wrong. So keep it that way first lah. Right? Keep it there first for now. Aryan, okay?
Yeah, I've finished preparing
All right.
paper 1.
Oh, you're doing another paper. I see.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see. All right. Feel free to do so. No questions in the preparation?
No.
You got your order?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got the target mark?
Yes.
Yeah. Those two are the criteria of a good reading, right? So don't skip that tomorrow. Right. Good for you. Are you happy with the targeting?
Yeah.
How many did you target?
75.
75. All right. All right. Sure thing. Michael, any issues so far?
Just check my reasoning. So
Yes. Same question.
You don't need to copy the question. This is like you can read it out because I don't need help. I just need checking out.
Which question? Sorry, which question?
7. Yeah.
Okay. All right. 7. X21 runner has no solution. Okay. Then show me.
And then I did all this.
Okay. Let me see. So let me copy that so I can make it bigger first. I can say that this is not the most common question, so it's good for you to practice this. Very good. Still page 19. Noah, you okay?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Now you can zero that lah. Okay. Again, Michael, you just want me to check, right? So it seems like you do something that makes some sense. All right, the first line is an equation, meaning left hand side equal right hand side. The second line doesn't seem to be an equation. I'm very confused. First line is an equation. Second line, not an equation. How did that happen?
Where does it not become an equation then? I don't see it.
I don't see any equal sign in the second line.
There is an equal sign there.
A little bit. Where's the equal sign?
That's an equal sign. Hello.
All right. Sorry, Michael. I think I was cut off just now. Yeah, I think I was cut off just now. Sorry. I was asking you where the equal sign is. Yeah. Okay. Now it's clearer. Yeah. I don't think tomorrow you have that problem because there will be no lines tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But just be careful. Okay. So thank you for clarifying that. Right. So you want to let Z be, all right. So you have fine. So just do very normal stuff, right? I can follow that so far. Z square, then half. So yeah, far right. Okay, right. Then the question is if it's bigger than 8, right?
Yeah.
So instead, you sub k equals to, wait, 9 or 8? What are you doing here?
Sub it to both 9 and 8.
Okay, for the 8, it gains 0 lah. Somehow that's not surprising. Yeah? Somehow that means
it's
there's
the turning point.
yes, I will interpret it as only having one solution though.
Yeah.
One solution.
If
And then
case,
when you sub something bigger than 8, which is for example 9, you've minus 8, right? So at this point, I think I understand what you're saying. Your presentation is bad still. You're losing maybe 1 mark because of presentation. Logic-wise, I think it's great. Yeah. So
Okay.
shall we explain? Shall we explain? Right.
yeah,
So
sure.
this is a combination of indices. Obviously, you handle the indices well, and what do you say that? And quadratic. So we end up using discriminant because of that. So it's a discriminant plus indice lah. In discriminant question, you draw every single time. Here, you do not draw. That will be an issue, I believe. Your discriminant question should be handled with drawing. Right after you sub k equals to 8, b squared minus 4ac equals to 0, at that point, you draw. You still don't get what I'm saying?
No.
You're not drawing anything. You don't feel like during discriminant question, you are to draw, really? Now, this worries me a bit.
What
Draw number line, draw the curve. Okay, we start with the line, good. Okay, the axis, sure. You're going to ignore k equals to 9, yeah? You're going to concentrate on k equals to 8, discriminant equal to 0. What do you draw?
I mean, when k is 8, then this is 8.
Oh, you're not. Well, I guess that makes some sense, I suppose. That makes some sense.
That is,
yes.
no, it's not 8, it's 16.
I guess that makes even more sense, but I'm waiting for the shade. I'm waiting for the shade. Very good. There's one unknown, one solution there. You might not know where it is, but you must clearly write it down as one solution. Right? Right. It will be nice to find out what this solution is like. You can probably find that, but maybe no need lah. But this is where k equals to 8 look. Right? K equals to 8. So at least draw this, and then you do need to explain what happened when actually your presentation is a bit off, isn't it? If this is a discriminant question, your presentation is more off than I think. Right? Okay, like this one, like this. Wait, let me think for one. Yeah. Okay, so let me refresh your discriminant one more time. Okay, so you erase, you just cancel your drawing. It's not the proper drawing because in discriminant we draw after the discriminant. After this, we need to say you must keep the b squared minus 4ac in terms of k. So please do that. So you're not going to sub k equals to 8, you're going to sub k equals to 9, right? So just pretend that k is k, discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. Would you please write that down in terms of k? This is what you usually do in a discriminant question.
The graph?
No. I don't mean the graph. You write b squared minus 4ac in terms of k first, b squared minus 4ac in terms of k, not in terms of 8. So write somewhere. Noah, are you stuck somehow?
Yeah.
Your 4 cosine square plus cosine minus 2 equals to 0 seems okay lah. I'm not sure whether it's right or wrong, but it seems okay. What now? Why are you stuck?
It's not nice number.
Is it imaginary?
No.
Then
Yeah.
does it, according to your experience, does it have to be nice?
No.
Then why are you stuck? Your experience already say that it does not matter if it is not nice.
All right.
right? So don't be stuck here, and also tomorrow don't be stuck here. You'll probably be fine. Okay. Okay, give it a try. Right. So Michael, you have b squared minus 4ac as 64 minus 8k lah. Okay, good. Right.
So
64
k is
minus
8,
8k.
then it will
No,
be
no, no, no. Stop. Right. Okay. So draw 64 minus 8k, which is a line. Draw that.
Y equals 64 minus 8k.
Yeah, should be quite easy to draw, I would say. In the discriminant question, normally here is a quadratic line with respect to k. So you're drawing a quadratic graph. Hey, I will call this somewhat easier than normal. It's not normal, but it's slightly easier. So draw the line. Okay, good, Noah. So what do you do here, right? What do you do here? That is not a line 64 minus 8k. That just cannot be. You're drawing a horizontal line. It doesn't make sense. Treat k as x. So y equals to 64 minus 8x lah.
Oh,
Okay, now we need the intersection lah, both. Should be easy to find.
and then
That guy will be,
so you will treat k as x. So
yeah. That's 64, correct? And then that guy will be
y is 0. Then you put that.
Mhm.
Y is 0
Yeah.
equals
Yeah, write down. Yeah, write down better lah. Right. Okay, yeah. And surprise, or not surprise, is 8, right? Now, since the x-axis is k, please write the x-axis as k lo. So it's the axis of k. Now the y-axis is not y. The y-axis is big D ma, is discriminant ma, right? It's discriminant. So it's not y. Don't write it as y. It's big D. It's discriminant. B squared minus 4ac. So write it as big D, please. Do you understand? So again, b squared minus 4ac. People, you write down as big D. So y-axis is D. X-axis is k. When k varies, D varies. This is not surprising, right? That is just what's happening in the algebra, right?
Yeah.
So this is a much better foundation to answer. When k is equals to 8, obviously the discriminant is 0. You have a solution. No? The question is, what happens when k is after 8 and before 8? That's the question. In this graph, you can immediately say before 8 positive, after 8 negative. So please do that symbol, positive on the left, negative on the right. This is similar to what you usually do in a discriminant question.
I'm sorry, what? Can you repeat that? I did not get that.
Before 8, it will be positive, right? This is not a surprise, right? Looking at your graph. Yeah, before.
Okay.
So you
After
so
8 is negative.
Negative lah.
So for a presentation, do I need to draw or like?
Yes, because drawing represents the whole range. When you just put 9, you are not convincing enough. You are just explaining 9. Who can be assured if that maybe along the way, maybe at point 100, it is no longer negative. But when you draw, every doubt disappears. Everything is answered. So your presentation do have that problem. Drawing is more convincing because it's more whole. It's more whole. It's more holistic.
Okay.
You understand?
Well,
that's why I
yeah.
insist on drawing.
Mm.
And insisting not to make the K8, because when you make the K8, you can no longer draw. Something like that.
Okay.
Right? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't expect, I don't think you'll be drawing a line in discriminant question tomorrow, but just treat this as experience.
So
Right.
to answer the discriminant question for my presentation, I draw it.
Yeah, because you must explain the range.
Okay.
Every discriminant question should be treated that way. So Can you?
Yeah.
Kakak Brian, I can see you here. Anything?
Keiko need leave first because she need prepare for PW.
Of course. That's what he's doing. What do you? How do you think she's so far?
Yeah, she just I just go through for the other like variations of how
course.
the
Yeah.
she's okay.
Understand. Appreciate it. Yeah, stay a while for another 5 minutes. I think yeah, people are okay here so far. Okay. So Noah, Noah, you're stopping here. Why are you stopping here?
Finish.
Right. Now, have you checked the answer key? Because you may be missing answers depending on the question. I'm not sure. Depending on the question. Are you missing answers?
No.
All right. So why are you not having multiple answer in this question? Normally, you might need to have multiple answers.
Because it's just one value.
How do you know it's just one value?
This one. It's only one.
Based on the drawing.
Yeah.
Like for example, can the drawing be quadrant 1 and quadrant 2? It might be possible.
No, I don't know. I only know usually this type, that's all. But I don't know the meaning.
Now you understand that there are Trigo variation, right? Trigo question which demand multiple answers. Like even though they don't say give multiple answers, they demand it in the end, right? Okay. You are sure that this is not the case, is that what you're saying? You have thought about that, It's not that you forget.
Yeah.
All right. Your thinking in this case is correct. So, all right. So that's great. Okay. Right. Any other question? Just please ask. Michael, any other question? Those questions that you ask are good questions. Right? When I say line is easier to draw, I don't mean that the question is easier. I don't mean that at all. These are good variations that you ask. Aryan, okay?
Not this question.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yes, no, right. So seems like a discriminant question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your concern?
The answer sheet is different.
Find the range of value of P such as right. So your -2 and 2 should be correct, right? I'm sorry, you're saying?
Yeah, I thought.
Correct, right? Is the bigger, smaller sign which is wrong, right?
Wait. The answer is just this.
I understand. Right. So let's go back. All right. Oh, that's very weird. You actually I disagree with your drawing, right? Let me think for a while. Okay, I disagree with you. Well, first of all, if your drawing is like that, oh goodness, this is not okay. This is not okay at all. Not okay at all. Okay, look at your Jamboard, okay? Page 8.
Page 8.
Page 18.
Oh,
18. Okay, I'll say that all these are fine, yeah? This is an issue and this is an issue, right? You were lucky that this one seems wrong. It seems correct. It is still wrong, right? So everything is correct until here. So at this point, please remember that you're supposed to draw. Well, then again, you do remember, you do make an attempt to draw, right? However, to be clear, you should be drawing this guy. Correct?
Yeah.
So there you go, your -2 and 2. No surprises there. But first thing first, I think you did make a good decision to, make this minus disappear. I think I like that decision a lot. As a result, however, this is a positive mark. So you should be first of all drawing a smile. First thing first. Okay. You should be drawing a smile, not a frowny. The examiner cannot ignore that you draw a frowny. I don't think that's okay. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Right. So first of all, and then you're supposed to realize that they want positive. They want more than 0. Right? Here's your 0, right? Here's your 0, right? So again, your shading is correct, but it's very difficult to explain why you're correct. If you would just draw this smiley and then say, oh yeah, I want p squared minus 4 to be bigger than 0. That only happens at p bigger than 2 and p more than minus 2. So all your answer seems correct, except that you draw a frowny. That worries me a little bit. Right? Okay, so far so good, yeah?
Okay.
Right. Now, there is an explanation why this is rejected. So it's not that your drawing is, it's not that your working is wrong or anything, but you fail to see that I am to reject p smaller than -2. There is a reason for the rejection. There is a reason for the rejection.
Right.
If p is, this split very nicely. This is a positive and this is all negative, right? This is all negative and this is all positive, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So go back to the original quadratic. The p is in front of x squared. When he say lies entirely above x-axis, you must be imagining somebody like that, correct?
Okay.
This is only possible when p is bigger than 0, meaning p is positive.
Oh.
Right? I cannot achieve this with a frowny. I cannot achieve it with a frowny. A frowny cannot be entirely above the x-axis. Only a smiley can do that.
Wait, so am I supposed to draw the curve at this step or this step?
Right. You're confusing yourself. Okay. Let me clarify this very clearly. Yeah.
Smiley.
You are to draw after the discriminant, which is around here. That's why I say this is correct. Please realize that this guy is totally different from this guy. This is what we call the original quadratic, right? There is an original quadratic. This is not the original quadratic, right? It is not, right? Clearly, plain and simple, that is not the original quadratic. And you are usually supposed to draw this. That means they expect you to draw the non-original one. How did that happen? How did another quadratic happen? Is because of the b squared minus 4ac. A square appears there. So you have another quadratic. Okay? You have to draw that one, right? The drawing of this is this guy. The original quadratic, being a quadratic, has its own drawing, correct or not?
Yeah.
Every quadratic has a drawing. So if I want the original quadratic to be entirely above the x-axis, then it will be this shape. Please notice that both shapes are different. That is normal because we're talking about two different quadratics.
Okay.
Now, does this appear new to you, this explanation? Or there's an original quadratic, there's another quadratic, the drawing is different, yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you okay?
Yeah, I said it's not new.
All right. So please don't confuse yourself, and please don't assume that they are both the same drawing, or you can draw one for both. That's not the case at all, most of the time. Not just because of this question, that's most of the time.
Okay.
Okay, so one more time, 2 different quadratics, just to say. Right. Now, are you sure you're clear?
Yep.
Right. With the proper drawing and the word reject, you will be correct.
Okay.
Yes, Michael.
Question 8.
Yes. Question 8. Question 8. Yes,
Teacher?
Aryan. Yes,
Uh,
Aryan.
Can I leave now?
Yes, you can leave. You're preparing. That means you're going to do it tomorrow, is it?
No, I'm doing it now.
Oh. That's fine. Don't sleep too late.
Yeah.
And how are you going to finish paper 1 and paper 2 by tonight? You're not going to do that, right?
I'm gonna finish paper 1 by today.
All right. I guess that's okay. Maybe tomorrow, if you have time, you do paper
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't be late. Don't skip your lunch. Don't skip your breakfast. All this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. All the best, Aryan. I'll be
Yeah.
praying for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So Michael, okay, what is your question?
I don't know how. It implies that b squared minus 4ac equals 0 because it says there's only one value of. No, sorry, not b
Okay.
squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. But like,
Just do b squared minus 4ac first, right?
yeah, no, that's what I did, and I got a quadratic equation.
Let me see. And doing b squared minus 4ac to give you a new quadratic is a very normal thing to happen, right? Very normal. And again, I'm stating that you're supposed to draw. You're supposed to draw this. You're not drawing anything. It's not okay.
Okay.
You're stopping at standard stuff. Okay, draw it. Noah, any question for this?
Yeah, I'm just giving my questions. But
Sure. Kakak Brian, apologies, it's past 9. I think it's gonna be fine. I think they're gonna be okay. I'll see you on Thursday instead for their paper 2.
Same time, right, Clark?
Let's try 8 o'clock. Yeah.
8 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Kakak.
No problem. Bye-bye.
So Michael, the number may be nice or may not be nice, but do your best. Yeah. The number just cannot, well, if it is imaginary, that's also something to think of, right? So is there any solution here? Oh, I like your axis D and K. I like it a lot. Yeah, okay.
Now there are 2 solutions by popping it into the mode tree.
Oh, wonderful. Are they nice numbers?
No.
All right. So do your best, do your best.
Just assume that when k is 0, y is 4, and then
oh goodness me, Michael. At this point, because we don't have much time, you made a mistake, okay, in your algebra. You made a mistake.
What?
Please find your mistake. I cannot tell you a mistake.
Oh.
Okay. You should have a very different graph now. I think this matters a lot, yeah? Right, so again, mode 3.
Okay. So apparently
that's a slightly different one. Yeah. Okay, nice drawing. Now, believe it or not, this is where you think. This is where you start to think. No matter what the question, the standard procedure is to do this, b squared minus 4ac, and then draw, and then we start to think about the question. Before that, thinking about the question does not help a lot. That's a very surprising thing. But now we think, now what is this graph? This k vary like this, then the discriminant will vary like that, and then explain why there is only one value of k for which y cannot be negative. What does y cannot be negative mean?
That means it's either 0 or above. But then
What is 0 or above? Sorry.
The
Y cannot be
like
negative. Yeah.
y, like the value of y when k is
Right. So let me emphasize it one more time. You draw the graph for the second quadratic, the one caused by b squared minus 4ac, right? You're supposed to do that, right?
yeah.
You also sometimes benefit from visualizing the original quadratic draw. In this case, y cannot be negative, right? Now, is he talking about the original quadratic? Is he talking about the new quadratic? Is he talking
The
about
original
something else?
quadratic.
All right, then I think here, same as the question before, it will be beneficial for you to draw that original quadratic lah. How does y cannot be negative look like?
I mean, would it not like look like?
So this one should be y and x. You're saying lah, y and x.
Yeah.
Y,
I don't know.
x,
I don't know the
it will look
values.
like.
It will look like that.
You're drawing a frowny. I'm worried right now. Why do you draw a
It's not
frowny?
frowny.
Is there a, this is not supposed to be random. You should know whether it's frowny or smiley. It's not up to you. More like the question maker should make it clear to us lah. Is it frowny? Is it smiley? Can it be both? What does it look like? Why cannot be negative?
Which y cannot be negative.
Again, smiley or frowny? Or can be both? Or don't know? Smiley or frowny?
It's smiley.
All right. How do we know? Who determines that?
The 2x squared. The 2.
Good. Good. So it's smiley lah, right? Now at this point, the k prevents us from actually drawing properly. Because k is unknown, even though it's constant, a is unknown, we cannot actually draw the original one. Fair, right?
Yeah.
However, the question gives us not how to draw, but the question gives us the target. The target, he explained to us, out of this original y, which is unknown, right? The target is for that y to not be negative.
Yeah.
So draw a smiley, which is not negative.
Completely not negative.
That's what they say. That is how you must interpret. And what is our target here? How does the smiley look like?
It's very
Right.
small.
So the smiley is flying. You interpret the question as the smiley is flying, correct?
Yeah.
Now remember that this is a target, right? This is not the real y. He is targeting. So what does this tell you about the discriminant? The discriminant should be
Less than 0.
correct, less than 0. Now you look at now your discriminant graph, right? The dk graph, which is very well drawn. Can you give him a negative discriminant?
No.
Okay, back to the goal. Did you misinterpret the goal? The target.
Then it should be
Right, you're adjusting the goal a little bit. Are you still meeting the goal?
yeah.
All right, in this situation, if this is the goal, your conclusion about discriminant is that the discriminant
Is equal to 0.
Can you give him that?
Yeah.
Okay, is it okay?
Yeah.
Is everything okay now?
Yeah.
All right, so please try your best. Noah, are you stuck?
Yeah.
All right, what is your question?
The entire question. I can't even do the first one.
Okay, kinematics. That's a bit weird, but let's give it a try. Okay, I'm putting it page 9. Okay. Particles, yeah. So, oh, you can't even show that. Okay, that does worry a bit. So, according to your reading, did you actually prepare this question?
No.
Sorry, Noah? Yes?
No.
Huh.
I thought if I did I prepared my reading, but I thought it was correct. Turns out it's not correct, I think.
So in your reading, you don't sense anything weird, lah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So you think this should be normal, lah. Now, it seems normal, so that's what's happening. Right? So I'm just checking that whether you read. Right. So maybe after discussing the question, you have to review your reading. Did you actually miss something or not in your reading? Right. Okay. Hopefully not. They gave you the velocity, very normal, right? They give you velocity where we can find the distance and we can find the acceleration, right? Now, in our velocity, they give you or two unknowns somewhere, right? Two unknowns. If they give you two unknowns, what is their responsibility as a question maker?
About
Sorry, what?
not sure.
If they give you two unknown, their responsibility is to give you two things so that you can find those two unknowns.
Okay.
That's their responsibility, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So now you decide to differentiate. That's probably a good idea, I guess, because the H at least disappear, right? So it looks good. Yeah, and you're treating H like a variable. You're treating H like a variable. That's why the differentiation of minus 13H become minus 13. This is the same issue as the R just now.
Yeah. So constants is stay, right?
If H is a constant, what is the differentiation of H?
H still.
Okay, give me a random number.
Mm.
Random number, sorry.
7.
Okay, let's say H is 7. Let's say H is 7. So the differentiation of 7 is?
0.
Is not H. Now, what's the differentiation of minus 13H? Minus 13H is minus 13 times 7. That's minus 91. Okay. Then 8 minus 91, there will be minus 82. Minus 82. Right. What is the differentiation of minus 82?
0.
Okay. Do you get the hint? You do have this problem. The same problem as that's why you do ask this question.
Okay, so it becomes nothing.
You cannot accept that. One more time. H is equal to 7. Let's say because it's a constant, right?
Yeah.
The differentiation of 7?
0.
The differentiation of H, therefore, is?
0.
The differentiation of minus 13H is?
0.
Because?
It's a constant.
It's a number, look, in other words. It's just a number. It's not a variable.
Also, it's variable like x usually. That's why I can differentiate it, and it's still there.
If H is like a variable, if they state that, right, or H is the variable, then minus 13H differentiate becomes minus 13. You're correct. But H is not a variable. This one, they say explicitly, H is not a variable. It's just a number. It's just unknown.
Oh, right.
So therefore, correct yourself. I want to see you correct yourself. Yes, Mike.
Does it mean that given that this is a quadratic equation of fx?
Quadratic equation of fx. Let me see for a while. Oh, that's weird. Okay, let me see one more time. Highest power is share the convert with something given dimension. Oh, the phrasing seems very weird. Let me think about it. Okay, I'm gonna make an assumption here. Yeah, I'm gonna make an assumption here. What he meant, that means I think the English a bit wrong. Given that the x squared minus 3x plus 1 is a quadratic factor of fx.
Oh.
Right. Okay. I'm going to assume that first because the English doesn't seem to make sense. Okay, Noah, so you have this new differentiation, okay, looking better, definitely. And what do you do? All right, good. Now, Noah, again, for the benefit of tomorrow, yeah, do you understand it's a conceptual problem. Do you understand what was wrong this time?
Yeah.
Right. Be careful tomorrow. You might still have that feeling tomorrow. You may still accidentally think, minus 13h differentiate becomes minus 13. Be a bit aware tomorrow lah when you see unknown. Okay. Do you understand that this concept problem as the R just now?
Yeah.
All right. So just be a bit careful. No need to overreact. If you overreact, then you will forget everything else that you already know. You know a lot of things. That's good. This is just something that you miss, and don't overreact. Just keep it in mind. Right? Again, one more time. I'm not asking you to overreact. Don't overreact. Okay? Right? Don't overreact. It's
Okay.
Be calm during reading tomorrow. You want to try to be aware, not during the doing. Oh, this is an unknown. Is this unknown constant or not? That kind of thing. Just that's just how you handle it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. If you can try the next one if you want to.
God.
Yes, Michael.
So I sub the whatever thing into the thing. Can you help me confirm?
X squared minus 3x minus 1. I don't see you write your x squared minus 3x minus 1 here.
This plus.
Where is it? Where is it? You do x plus 2. Okay, I understand x plus 1. I understand x minus 2. Oh, there you go. There you go. Then you expand everything. So the expansion is a long one. You're gonna ask me to help you confirm. Tough luck
no,
tomorrow. You don't
I
have
think sorry. I know that this thing is correct, but then like by afterwards, because they said
so like this, so
times
like this,
power of x
is 2, right? 2.
Yeah.
So
I assume we just multiply.
Right. So the assumption needs to be made clearly. You are actually assuming that there is no constant in front. It is better to assume that there is a in front. That means in the x squared, the second line, you should be adding a in front.
Oh.
Right. Because adding an a in front doesn't affect the factors, whether I have a or no a, meaning there's only one. Then the answer, the vector will still be the same. So if we put a, the factor won't change. Now, because of the a, everything you have to bracket a, right? Everything you bracket a. And as a result, based on what they tell you, you conclude that the a is equals to 2, and therefore you're happy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That means your logic here is fine. Your logic here is fine. Now, in exam tomorrow, you may make careless mistakes in the expansion, right? It's exam, it's likely to happen, right? Is there a way to prevent catch the mistake?
No.
Of course there is. What do you mean? You're my student.
Is there a way to then yeah.
Not prevent, to catch.
Oh, to catch, yeah.
How?
You punch calculator or you read first and then you
No, punch the calculator lah. For the left hand side and for the right hand side.
you just sub random.
Yeah. So in this case, random means pi lah. Right. So tomorrow, be careful with that. I mean, it's not a difficult concept as you have pointed out. It can be done. Definitely, you know what to do, but careless mistake will still need to be watched out for. Okay. Right. Good question. Still a good question.
And what about the number of real roots? So it's like
Can I see part B? Can I see part B? Can I see the question? Number of real, okay, right, okay. So first of all, there'll be two, right? Two or more, right? That's all,
I think there's 4 because it says given that the thing is a quadratic equation, which is a factor of fx, it means there's 2 more roots other than the one that they give already.
Are you sure that the x squared minus 3x plus, x squared minus 3x minus 1, is it?
It's plus 1.
Plus 1. Are you sure that that thing has solution? Are you sure? Have you checked? Right. At least you checked though. At least you check. So did you check before you conclude?
Yeah.
If you check, then I'm okay. Then I think that's what it is. You probably need to justify why there are 2 more. So what's the easiest way to justify?
Just x equals to minus b plus minus square root b square root minus 4ac.
Oh, use the formula. I think even shorter method is to?
I have no idea.
Use discriminant.
Oh.
It's slightly shorter, b squared minus 4ac only, and it's only positive. You just need to show that b squared minus 4ac is positive. Okay, 2 more solution. Because they never ask for the solution, they just want to know how.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure you check the answer key because I was reinterpreting the question. I'm not comfortable with that. Yeah. Please recheck. Check the answer key. Noah, are you okay so far?
Not sure.
How is it, Mike?
I don't know if I can find it.
Oh, it's not good to do stuff without answer key this moment, right? That's not very good, okay? It's not good. It's not good. You don't know whether you're right or wrong. It's not good. Please don't continue if you cannot find the answer. Please don't. It's not good at all. Or please try to find them. Any suggested one is fine.
Technically, this is the O-level thing also.
Yeah, it's TYS, right? So how come you don't have the answer key for TYS?
Because it's like a printed out one that she picked out, my chair picked out, like the so-called tricky questions.
They don't give you the TYS from certain year, mate. This question.
Year. This one's 2012. I don't think it goes back to. Oh no, this one's 2008. I don't think that one goes back to 2008. So yeah.
And they don't give you, your teacher don't give you the answer key.
No.
This is inappropriate. This is really inappropriate. Not your fault. Okay. Not your fault. Okay. What can we do? Right. This is not okay. The knowledge that the time that we spend just now, it's not a guaranteed knowledge. Right. Okay.
God, are there any any formulas that I need to remember for AMAF?
Do you feel that way during all your your paper simulation?
I mean, like for paper 1 or 2, forgot in my prelim, I did not remember the how to do this circumference, or sorry, the curve sector thing.
The arc sector thing from EMAF, right?
No, for AMAF, because they don't give the formula for area of sector or the circumference, the curve circumference.
Correct. I mean, they give that in EMAF, but they don't give that in EMAF.
But I mean,
So
it's r
the new,
theta, half r square theta. Yeah.
yeah. So this is in case this is news to you, yeah. They assume everything from Emacs, everything.
Oh,
So if let's say they give it in Emacs, obviously they don't give that in Emacs. You are to memorize them. They assume they take for granted. Sorry, they take for granted everything from Emacs. They take for granted that you know. They don't care. They assume that you will know
okay.
every formula from Emacs. Please don't panic. That's why you do Emacs first, lah. Right? That's why, lah. Right?
Okay.
It's unlikely that you have forgotten. Right? But just to be clear, the formulas from Emacs, you should revise them. All the mensuration formula, which they might not even give in Emacs, you should also memorize them. It is taken for granted in Emacs.
Then, what about like let's say I want to find area under like a graph or like a curve, right? Then if it's bound to the x-axis, naturally it would be y equals to something. But if I try to calculate bound to the y-axis, it'll be x equals to something.
Y lah, yeah, you're integrating with respect to y lah, x dy lah, something x something something. I mean, it's y something something dy, right? Something like that.
Okay.
I get it lah. Those kind of question that you have to indicate with respect to why there isn't a lot. There isn't a lot. Mostly is with respect. I get it. I think you will suspect that you need with respect to why when you read them lah. It's usually obvious when you read them. It's usually not hidden one. Right? If it is not obvious, take note that you may have to consider that during reading. Yeah? During reading.
Okay.
Let your reading be strong tomorrow, Michael. Yeah? Let your reading be strong. Just to confirm, Michael and Noah, you still want to continue, yeah? Just checking. It's okay that you want to continue. Totally okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to ask Ainesh to go into the breakout room for a while, right? Okay, so Ainesh, do join me there.
Okay.
annoy Michael just telling you that I'm better. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes, no. So
This one.
okay, so the displacement, right?
Just this last part.
Which last one? That last part. Okay, there's a cubic equation, right? So then you just,
How do I show
I
that?
suppose you press the calculator, right? That's what you did, right?
Yeah.
What's your question then?
How do I show that I got those three answers?
Yeah, okay. So we go back to our factor theorem, remainder theorem, the cubic thing.
Yeah.
Right. So for 5 marks, I think they make it worthwhile for us to present like the factor theorem. However, you notice immediately that there is a problem, right? None of them are nice numbers, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we cannot even use factor theorem. We cannot even use factor theorem. Now,
Yeah.
let me just confirm first that this is supposed to be what you deal with. Let me just confirm one more time. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Why is your S 500 for the last one? Why is
Because
Mhm.
it moves from the displacement is negative 500. So plus 500 goes back to 0.
Oh dear. Okay, so now you have a problem, yeah. You have a problem, but I think it's a reading problem, right? So one reading problem, and I'm not sure what this other one is. So I'm gonna mention this other one first, yeah. Now you notice that the S is 2t cubed plus, is it minus 3t squared minus 252t lah, right?
Yeah.
So that's before the S equals to 500. Please notice that this is therefore not a cubic equation. I mean, it is cubic, but you can factorize the t out and you're left with a quadratic, right?
Yeah.
So if only life is that easy. So let's see now back to the reading. Now, the displacement of the particle from O is minus 500 centimeter to second upward. At O, what is the displacement?
Yeah.
Okay, so find the time when the particle returns to O. S equals to
500.
okay 0, yeah. S equals to 0. I think you have a reading issue.
Why? Why is it?
This displacement is not distance.
Okay.
Do you understand? Wait, do you understand what I'm saying here? Do you understand?
Yeah.
At t equals to 0, S equals to 0 because that's at O, so at O is 0. At O is always 0.
Okay.
Displacement wise, that's not distance, yeah. Yeah, the formula is a displacement formula, not a distance formula. In some sense, that's easier, I think, to figure out. I think.
Okay.
And because of that, you don't have to deal with cubic. So therefore, your original problem disappears. Because you are right, Noah, you cannot present a cubic for numbers which are not nice. You can't.
Yeah.
The syllabus doesn't allow you to do that. So the syllabus is constrained to give you nice number. This shouldn't happen in exam, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So maybe it is not happening. So in my opinion, it is not happening. Like you are still not dealing with cubic here. So I think that's a good news, right? So please give it a try. Michael, are you okay so far?
No.
You can ask questions.
Like technically I am, but like I can't find the answer sheet for this thing, even though it's she wrote down was
As a certain year.
2014 paper
Okay.
2 question 7, right? But then like I flipped my DYS like
Yep.
answer booklet, right? With, like
Mhm.
2014 paper 2 question 7, right? And it seems
Doesn't seem to be this question, right?
yeah. So like I don't know.
Yeah, this is as you are now experiencing and doing something without clear answer key is a waste of your time and energy. Really, no.
No, but I remember she went through like the first part, or sorry, the second part of this question in class, and I remember getting like this answer, like
Mhm.
exactly the same. So
Hmm.
yeah, like I remember this is correct.
Okay. Oh, it's a circle question. No wonder.
No, but this one is a special circle question because apparently they say circle is tangent to x and y axis, and that means x and y coordinate of center is equal to the radius.
Correct. Correct. Do you know why? I mean,
Because if it's tangent, that means like this distance suppose will be 4. That means x will also be 4. Then if this distance is like 5,
but you do not know that it is 4 or 5. You do
Yeah.
not know. Yeah.
yeah.
Just
But then
say.
like since the same radius is 4, then y will also be 4 because it's a tangent.
Yeah. So XX lah.
Yeah,
XX or YY lah. So instead of XY, yeah, XX lah.
I'll
Yeah,
put
correct.
RR.
Or RR. I guess that's fine. I guess that's something to realize.
Yeah, then I they give me the point T, then I find CT in R, and then I sub
Mhm.
into R
Mhm.
because technically it's also equal to the radius. Then yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
then I got 2 answers because it's quadratic.
Mhm.
Then it's R equal 29 or 5. Then I reject 29 because I assumed that it would be
Correct.
out of the circle.
Mhm. Now, if you don't have the answer key, let's just leave it be lah.
Yeah,
I mean, I want to make it very clear to you, very small chance of this question to reappear tomorrow, right? Very small chance. You are doing this just to help you revise. That's all. Don't have any expectation that this exact question will appear. Do not have the expectation. You're just revising your basic skill.
yeah. Then okay, I got one actual question I need.
Good.
Like definite help. Is hold on, yeah. It's this one. What is it? Question 6.
Okay, looks like our formula, yeah.
Yeah.
I have copied. So what is your question? Page 19.
I don't know how to actually go about doing this.
You mean the show lah, right? There isn't even
Yeah.
an expression to do lah. So
Yeah,
this
so-
is an issue.
If I can't get the first part, then I can't do the second part per se. I
Yeah.
can't do the
Now
third
you will spot this immediately during reading, right?
Yeah.
This means this is intentionally difficult. It is. Compared to what you usually do. Right? So therefore, you will leave this at the last. Just to be clear. Right?
Okay.
You will leave this 8 mark to the last and do not hesitate to do that. You're wasting energy and time if you hesitate to put it at the end. Once you clear everything and this is the only question, then your brain is clear. I'm going to solve this no matter what. You're not going to do it at the start.
Okay.
Right? Just be clear, okay?
Yeah.
Just because the order says, oh, this is trigo, well, I'm supposed to do trigo at the start. Yeah, but I realized that this is harder than usual. And therefore, it serves the proper thing to put it at the last order. It is okay. You clear, Michael?
Yeah.
Right. Why do we put it at the last? One more time.
Because it's the hardest.
True.
It's the more difficult than usual.
True. And if you put it at the last, that means you did everything before this.
Yeah.
You should be in a good state of mind to just whack. Nothing to lose anymore, right? If you whack this at the start, you have a lot to lose. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Just be clear. Yeah. By the way, tomorrow expect 2 hard questions.
Sorry.
They're going to random. For every paper,
questions.
paper 1 and paper 2. Yeah, in paper 1, 2. In paper 2, 2. They will randomly choose 2 topics which they are going to make harder than usual. So expect that to happen but we just don't know the topic. Therefore, we read first law. Therefore, we read, oh, okay, this looks a bit harder than usual. This might be something. Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that mental preparation in mind, so let's now pretend that we're at the last question. I'm going to do this, right? So obstruction in where the H is the height of C above the ground. Obviously, they tell you where's the H, right? So there is nothing else for me to say here, but you must always try to use 90-degree triangle when it is possible. Obviously, there are 90-degree triangles, so we use them. When there isn't, in this question, I will say you must go and invent or draw one. But in this case, you don't need, right? I don't need. In this case, again, you're just playing with sine and cosine. I cannot help you more than that. And I think you're focusing on, I'm not sure that you're focusing on the right thing. It's 180 minus theta. Are you focusing on the right thing there? Maybe. Yeah, so the problem with your 90-degree triangle is that it doesn't contain the theta, right? That's the problem. But you have your 5 and you have your 1. Okay, this is going to be weird. Okay, so oh goodness me, how do I do this next point?
Okay, I'll leave now.
Yes, Anish. All right, I'll see you.
Bye.
All right, bye. Let me think about how to give you a hint for a second. Now, this is clearly hard, no? So again, we should do this at the end, right? Just do this. Noah, are you stuck somehow?
Yeah, and I have a question before also.
Okay, what is it?
Like this, for example, it asks me to give in this form. Do I need to put what A equals to and what B equals to?
I'm sorry, could you show me the question? Oh, right. Well, they don't specifically ask you for A and B here, lah. They don't say that word, right? So you don't have to, lah. So that means this is just a hint. If they say find A and B, then you should present it like that way, lah, right?
Yeah. So that's my question.
Okay, then a point moves and so this, what topic is this? You should know.
Rate of change, connected
Right.
rate.
So which that means you should have two rate of changes, which I think you identify, right? dy dt and dx dt. And then you should have the connector, right? What is the connector for dy dt and dx dt?
dy dx.
Again, you don't write that connected equation, you don't.
But how do I connect them?
No, the connector is obvious from the rate. One is dy dt, one is dx dt. Connecting them using dy dx, that is obvious. They don't have to tell you that. You must, however, write down that equation.
These two equal each other. And how do I put it?
Look, that thing is taken from the sentence. dy dt is 3 times dx dt, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay. You are still not doing the standard thing. The standard thing is writing dy dt on one side, dx dt on the other side, and connecting them. You don't do that. Stop not doing that. Do it.
I don't know if it's dy dt equals to something or dx dt equals to something.
It's very easy. Just write the equal sign first. Make some space. Dy dt, some space equal dx dt. Give yourself some space lah. If you don't give yourself some space, then you just figure out what you're supposed to do. Then you have figured out already what. Easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's either on the right hand side or on the left hand side, ma. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Now that you have written this, then you have at least done what you should have done. You didn't do this just now. You mistaken the dy dt equals to 3 dx dt as the connecting equation. You are mistaken. They are connected that way, but you're supposed to write what you just wrote. I'm giving you too many hints already, by the way.
But then what do I do after this?
I'm giving you too many hints already. If you cannot figure it out, then too bad.
And then why would you tell me this?
Oh,
If
goodness
the-
me, Noah, you're supposed to do that. I'm telling you so many times that what they tell you is not that. They do look very similar though. And that is by intention. They are not telling you the connect equation. They never have to tell you the connecting equation. They never have to. So they don't. You are supposed to realize it yourself. They tell you that looks very similar for a very explicit purpose, but it is not to tell you the connecting equation.
Okay.
Why do they tell you that thing?
So you can times 3 later on. Wait, divide 3, is it?
You wrote the connecting equation, okay, right? You wrote it correctly somewhere.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you're gonna write it down, okay? That's the first thing you do.
Okay.
Now compare that thing that you wrote with what they tell you.
Okay.
Compare.
Yeah.
Compare. What do you see?
Oh, it's supposed to be like this.
Compare what you wrote with what they give you. What do you see? I'm not saying the English, it's fine. You wrote the proper math. Compare what you wrote with dy dt equals to 3 dx dt. Compare them.
Okay.
What do you see?
They equal each other.
What do you mean by they equal to each other? Who is equal to who?
This equals to this.
Go on.
You write it down.
Go on. Continue. Continue. Noah, you're panicking and you're not thinking clearly, yeah? Do you understand why they tell you what they tell you?
Okay.
Is it to replace the connecting equation?
No.
It is not. Correct. They tell you in a roundabout way, dy dx is equals to 3 during x equals to 3. It's a very roundabout way of telling you.
Oh,
They
okay.
have no intention of telling you the connecting equation, nor they will ever have to. You understand me? You understand how important is it to write the connecting equation yourself?
Yeah.
Right. Now, can you continue?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Make sure you do that tomorrow, yeah? Make sure, yeah?
Okay.
Back to you, Michael. Oh, you make a new triangle, is it? You make another triangle, is it?
Yeah.
How very interesting. Yes, yes. That small triangle has a theta, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Is that helping you?
I've done the question.
Wonderful. You didn't give up. You didn't give up. You are being creative and exploring with your triangles.
No, you the moment you said your triangle doesn't involve the theta is unfortunate. Then I said, so the triangle must involve theta. Then I just
Yes.
went the other way around. So
If that makes sense, the triangle must involve theta, lah, right? If that makes sense. Lah.
yeah,
Right? And that will be your guiding principle tomorrow, though, whether they tell you the answer or not. That is still the guiding principle.
okay,
Good. Understand that you have enough creativity and exploration ability to do this kind of thing. It's just that you are stuck somehow not doing it just now, lah, right?
yeah,
Good job. Still do this at the last tomorrow. This kind of thing.
yeah. Then it's just our formula.
Yes. Then I'll leave that.
Yeah,
Obviously, the 2 mark is not worth it. Huh? The 2 mark is worth it because of the remaining 6 marks, right? That's
Yeah.
obvious, right? Noah, any question?
Yeah, the answer's wrong. I don't know why.
Let me see. Checking part 1 is correct first?
That one's
Okay,
correct.
right. Okay. Then, okay, let's just. Okay. That's weird. What does the question say?
3/4.
What's the answer say? Sorry, 3/4. 3/4. Could you move down a little bit? Sorry. No, as in move down the other way. Oh, goodness me. Oh, what? Okay. Show me part 1. Show me part 1. Oh, goodness me. You have a presentation problem. This is not okay at all. This is not okay. This is not okay. It's not okay at all. I'm going to page 20. Page 20, yeah. So here, right? This guy suddenly become this guy at the bottom. First is on top, then is on the bottom. This is not.
Worried of the thing.
Yeah, you should be. Okay, good. Now that makes more sense. Okay, good. So just checking that. So again, let me confirm that this part is correct.
Yeah.
Such an x equals to 3, the rate of increase with y, respective time, dy dt is thrice the rate of increase, 3 divided by x dt. Find the value of k. The answer key is a short answer key.
Yeah, this is the answers.
I cannot see any mistake. Yeah. Could you please do something else first?
Okay.
God.
Yes, Mike.
For this question, they asked for find the value of theta for which c is 3 meters above the ground, right? But suppose they said find the maximum value of find the value of t for which, like, I don't know, the maximum or something. Like I don't know how they phrase it, but it's like find the maximum value.
Yeah.
Usually it's like
Understand.
find the maximum value of L and the corresponding value.
Understand.
Then-
Right there. Mhm.
So instead of like so because of that I sub this entire thing equals to 3, but if it was just the maximum value, it will just be sine whatever theta minus blah blah blah.
Let's cut to the chase. Answer is √6 lah.
26.
Cert 6. The answer is cert 6. The maximum value for H is cert 6 lah.
26.
Cert, I don't know what's in front. What's the R value?
Square root 26.
Square root 26. That's the maximum value, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then just be this when you
Yeah, they have to see. Yeah, you have to present lah. Set the sign part as equals to 1. Therefore, the answer is equals to R, something like that. Yeah, you do have to do that.
Then to find the values, if there are multiple, then you just I can just draw the graph.
In our formula, usually there is no multiple answer lah.
Well, like
Usually
for other stuff, but sometimes, but
in other types of trigo question, yeah lah, the multiple answer one, the solved one usually lah. Yeah.
okay.
Good job figuring out the part A. Good job. Noah, any questions so far?
This one. Last question.
Value of a newly mined. Right, this is the word problem in this. Yeah, I think this word problem or log, however you see it. Right, so your V0 equals to 3/2 is totally wrong. Yeah.
No.
That's wrong. Yeah. That's really wrong reading. Yeah. Really wrong reading. Yeah. First of all, V0 is a constant, right?
Yeah.
So you're implying that when t equals to 10, V0 is 3/2. You're implying that during other times, V0 is not 3/2. That's what you're implying. Now let's be clear in your reading. This is a reading. Let me check first the reading. Does V0 change or not? Is V0 a variable?
Yeah.
Then V0 is a constant, right? That's what you're saying. Again, V0 is simply value when time is 0.
Okay.
Right? The starting value, I don't know, the initial value. Even though they say it is given that V0 is a value at a particular time, it's still when time equals to 0, right? It's just that you don't know what year it is. We just call it year 0 lah.
Okay.
So are you sure when t equals to 0, V0 is 3/2?
No.
Okay, so it is not lah. I mean, when t equals to 0, V is V0. You are correct there lah. When t equals to 10, first of all, it's not V0, it's V equals to something.
Okay.
Do you understand or not?
Yeah.
Okay, then rewrite that when t equals to 0, V equals to something. What is that something, right? It's not V0, yeah? It's not V0. It's a V. Right? At t equals to 0, the value is what you're writing does not make sense. V equals to 3/2 V. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
Doesn't.
Right.
No. I don't know.
Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
No, in EMAF probability, I was right. I mean,
This is time is short. I'm a bit worried here. V equals to 3/2 V0. That is how we interpret the English. I am not okay with you continuing. You have a gap somewhere, kind of big. I'm not okay with you continuing. Yeah? So just be clear with that.
Okay.
Because what you wrote afterwards seems to be correct. It's very weird that on top you wrote something wrong. It's very weird. It's very weird that at the bottom, you did actually write the correct thing.
Which one?
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, you actually write the wrong thing. Oh my god. No, it is what you actually wrote the wrong thing. So now I'm no longer confused. I'm no longer confused. Okay, so now at the bottom one, you write v equals to something, right? V equals to something, right? Let's be very clear. You should be writing v equals to not 3 over 2. You should just be writing v equals to v naught e 10 m lah. Now, what is the purpose of writing on top v equals to 3 over 2 v naught?
Then the next step I can write this as v
Where?
on the left hand side.
Okay. Now, I think you have a big problem before this. So what's going on? Is this how you usually do?
No, I've never done it before.
Wait, you have never done an in this problem question? This is not what you,
They usually give me the equation.
but they do give you the, huh? What?
Or then, never mind. Usually, never mind. I don't know.
No, no point. I mean, you can continue lah, but if you think that the problem disappear, I'm not very convinced with it. Are you sure you know you're okay with what we discussed just now? Are you sure? Or are you just following me? If you just follow me, this is not the right time to just follow me. You need to understand this one. Never mind. Just do another question like this, okay? Never mind. Just continue and do another question. Then you'll know whether you're okay now.
What?
No. Just continue if you want, and then do another question like this.
Can't find one.
Then forget it and go to sleep, right? Just forget it. Again, don't overreact. Offer something that obviously you are not perfect here, obviously, but don't overreact this. This is not the end of the world. This doesn't mean that you don't get A1. This doesn't mean that tomorrow you will die. No.
Because usually this time I get all the marks.
I think you should expect this kind of standard tomorrow. In the sense that if you have time to practice, then you should laugh. I mean, after certain steps, it becomes very easy, right?
Yeah.
That means you know your stuff, but the initial part worries me a bit. I think that's fixable if you try 2 or 3 questions. I think it's quite fixable.
Oh, okay. I think, yeah. But for the reading, how do I know which one is constant, which one is variable?
V naught, it always appears in the equation. I naught, A naught, V naught. That thing is always constant one.
Oh, okay.
Always. The M also, right? The M before P, the M or the K. So that means there are 2 constants, no? The one at the bottom, the not one, and the one at the top. That is just standard stuff. Standard. Those are constant.
Okay.
If you could, find 2 or 3 more maybe tomorrow, it will be helpful.
Then, but if tomorrow do I get to go through or just do?
Go to what? Sorry.
If the answer sheet is just like a short one.
I'm still trying to figure out what's the K equals to 3 over 4. So maybe for tomorrow, you want to go through something, maybe, especially if it's a topic that you're concerned about just now. Maybe you just want to go for the long answer paper, maybe. Right?
Okay.
For example, your TYS, your TYS should have long answer usually, right? Right? Maybe you just refer to your TYS better.
Okay.
Again, tomorrow, no point full, no point doing the short one. No point. Then you don't get much knowledge.
Okay.
Even though your mistakes, I'm not very happy with, but in the big scheme of things, your reading speed is good, right? I think you're prepared for pressure tomorrow. If tomorrow it's pressure in exam, you are prepared. Mean that tomorrow you don't feel any pressure. That's a wrong expectation, right? It's a wrong expectation. I mean that tomorrow you are ready to face pressure. You know how to face pressure. If you read this to be difficult, you know where to order it. If you read this and you find this to be not particularly promising, you won't target the 3 marks. You know how to deal with pressure. You know how to maximize your speed. So this is even though I'm unhappy with what you don't know, but you know a lot of other things and you're prepared. Okay, you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other question for today?
For the constant and variable thing, can you say again?
You mean this thing, this topic?
Which one you can differentiate?
A constant, both you can differentiate.
But I don't have the theta and r. How do I know which one to with respect to what?
Every time, look, you're memorizing stuff, yeah? You're not good. It is not good. Yeah? If you see a constant tomorrow, unknown lah, r lah, whatever, just imagine r as a number. Like really write in next to r. Go ahead, right now, pretend that r is a number. You set up a number for yourself.
Okay.
Right now, right now, this r, that r, with pencil or something like that. Let's pretend that this r is a number. I don't know, 10 maybe.
All right.
Then you proceed with 10 in mind. You're gonna write r, but you're thinking 10.
Okay.
Obviously, not every time the r disappears. Here r is a constant. It doesn't disappear because it's r squared times sine theta. That's why the r did not disappear into 0, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be memorizing it. But in the previous question, the h disappeared. Why? Because it's 13h. Right? So how do you imagine 13h? Just imagine as 13 times 10, correct?
Yeah.
How do you differentiate minus 130? Oh, that's easy. Something like that. So trick your mind a little bit, help yourself. Imagine the constant to be 10, to be 10. Then very likely you will know what.
Well, like this, if it's r is a constant, then differentiate still would be 0.
What nonsense are you talking about, Noah? 10 sine theta. What is the result of the differentiation of 10 sine theta?
Half times 100.
Okay, 50, that's fine. What is the differentiation of 50 sine theta? Is it 0?
50 cosine theta.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do you keep memorizing that certain things become 0? Stop it.
Okay.
Just imagine it as a number. You will know what to do. Stop memorizing things.
All right.
You're overreacting when you memorize. You're blocking your skill. You're blocking your knowledge. You just memorize things. You're shutting down your thinking. That's not what I train. Do not stop your thinking by memorizing without thinking.
Okay.
Trick yourself to understanding it. Pretend there is a number. That's a better way. That activates your thinking instead of stopping your thinking. Do you understand why I suggest it that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nonsense had no more question.
Then for tonight, let's call it a day. Obviously, this is already late at night.
The weird one, just skip on.
Let's just forget about it. It's okay lah. There isn't much that we can do lah. Okay, there isn't much.
Okay, thank you. See you.
All right, I'll see you on Thursday.
But if tomorrow I want to ask questions, it's alright, right?
Yes, just send the WhatsApp. Don't worry, yeah. Just send.
Yep.
Just send.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Michael, are you ready to call it a day?
I got one more question.
Oh, please do.
I don't know how to actually do this. So this is like second part of the proving. I don't do the proving. But then like
show me
I don't know.
the proving so I can see that you use it properly. This. Okay. Okay. So let me see how you. What did you just do? How did you? Did you use the proving properly?
No, it's supposed to be what's it? Cosine 3a
Nonsense, are you?
times.
Let me see. Can't see anything. Cosine. All right. Okay. Equals to what?
2 cosine 3a because it's there.
Yeah. This is not okay. What you did originally was not okay at all. You didn't use the proving properly, and now you make another serious mistake. You lose answers because of this. You lose answer just now by doing what seems to be obviously correct to you. You lose answers. You lose answers because of what you did in the second line. Tell me you remember something. Oh, stop. You're not supposed to cancel integral solving. You're not supposed to cancel. If you cancel, you lose answer. Is this like the first time you hear?
No, but then I never cancel here.
You cancel the cosine cube A from both sides. You lose answers because of that. In trigo solving, when you want to cancel, don't cancel. What are you supposed to do? When you want to cancel, don't cancel. What do?
Expand.
You factorize. Factorize. Move everything to the left-hand side and factorize it out. Don't expand. Stop expanding. Nobody say that you expand. Stop expanding. Stop.
I'm factorizing right now. Because I like trying to bring it to the...
Stop expanding. Just move the right-hand side to the left-hand side and factorize. Stop expanding. We don't have much time. Why are you writing -3?
This is not -3.
Sometimes I wonder. Look at your Jamboard. Page 20. Do not cancel. Why?
Because lose answer.
What do you do instead?
Factorize.
How do you factorize? It's not expanding. Expanding is the reverse of factorizing. You're doing the wrong thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm okay. Sorry, the Jamboard is acting. Wait up. Sorry, wait. I'm resisting cancellation. I am preparing myself to factorize. What do I factorize? The thing I want to cancel. Factorize it out.
Okay.
Thank you for the proper presentation. The examiner will expect this presentation tomorrow. Okay, even though you're correct just now, yeah, he will expect this presentation.
Okay.
Now you no longer lose any answer.
Okay.
Now, your original problem was because you didn't apply the proving correctly. Yeah, be careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please assume that the proving is not as is tomorrow. Tomorrow you will need to make adjustment. That's what you forget this one, right? In this case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow, assume that you will make adjustment. That's standard.
Okay.
Next question.
Then it says acute angle, so it's less than 90.
Yeah, quadrant 1.
Okay.
The one I leave.
So
You
the
should know what it is.
range is just between 0 and 90.
Quadrant 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Then yeah, I think I can.
Wonderful. We should call it a day. Yeah, it's quite a day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if you have any question, as per usual, just WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your reading speed okay?
Yeah.
Is your reading skill okay?
Right now, probably not.
Of course, tomorrow lah, yeah, when you're rested. Yeah. Is your doing skill enough?
Doing skill.
Yeah, you still have a lot of gaps even by today, but is it enough?
Think so. Yeah.
Hopefully. What's your plan tomorrow during exam?
Read. Trig.
Read, order,
Cert, Mensu.
line.
And then
Then anything you want.
yeah.
But put the hard one behind, okay?
Yeah.
The mark of a good reading is not just the ordering, but also the targeting of marks. You need to target tomorrow.
Okay.
Right. How many minutes do you need to do all that?
25 to 35.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why is that not slow? Why is that not a waste of time? Why is it that you will have enough time to do?
Because we've practiced.
For 1.5 hours of doing.
Yeah.
That means you have 10 minutes lah as a bonus minimum.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Always good in exam lah. Always good. Always good. Will you get your A1?
Will I get my A1? I can try my best though to get
True.
my A1.
There is no guarantee. True. Approach it with such an open heart. You must do your best. The goal, let it be so lah. Whatever happens, happens. But you must do your best lah. Okay. I'll be praying for all of you.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good sleep.